Do you feel like everyone should go on some sort of pilgrimage, should have some sort of a guru? Because of course, even the pilgrimage itself is a wonderful thing, but then you add in Ananda, guru, and there's so much to go along with it. Would you recommend this for everyone? And some people even that would say, I don't travel, I don't like it, I think it's scary, it's this and that. Is this something that everyone should experience?
Pilgrimage, yes, I do think so. I think it's in our DNA, Casper. I think it's really like, we're meant to have a coming of age, and it was built into older traditions to do that, right? And to put people, the Native Americans put the kids through certain rituals. That's the pilgrimage, so that you can test yourself. That's where we get to in episode 10, which is like, you're greater than you know. You are much greater than you'll ever realize. We touch on it in episode 3 too. And I just love that. It's to know how much potential is there. And I do believe we need a pilgrimage to help unlock that. And there's some risk involved, but if that's the thing, if you switch your mindset to this is a pilgrimage, whatever you're doing, it could be just COVID is a pilgrimage. It could be your relationship. It could be, then I'm here to grow and I'm here to shift. That already kind of sets the tone. Same with healing. I would think if you can set the tone and say, hey, look, this is a pilgrimage. We're going to get a lot more out of this than just healing you. Are you open for that? Right? Are you up for, maybe something that changes you internally in your life? And if they can buy into that, wow, now double potential. Super cool. Guru, to add a guru into the mix, amazing. Now everyone's not going to have that, but they might come in different forms, like your patients having you. I think same thing. Someone that's been there, seen it. That again, it's not like an escape route, right? It's guidance. Realigning. Yeah, I go see people. And from Heal, I went and saw Patty Penn. She was doing the tapping, and I went and saw Patty Penn last weekend because it's important, dealing with mom, son stuff, and like, okay, what's left there, and let's release it and unleash again your greater potential. So I think it's really, really important. I mean, that's why we start with quantum leaps at the beginning of episode 1, because that's what you need, a pilgrimage. It can be anything. It really can. You don't have to be on motorcycles, right? You really don't. You don't have to go to the Himalayas. But I do believe you need to do something that will forcefully push you out of your zone and cut off some of those escape routes, so that your stories don't have as much, excuse me. Anand says, like, there's nothing wrong with LA or Sydney. In the show, he says there's nothing wrong with these places, but they have too many like escape routes. They have too many links to your stories. So even speaking another language, I speak Spanish, and it has less story behind it for me. And I find there's a freedom in that. And to be able to talk with someone in Spanish, I can almost express myself more honestly. And maybe it comes off innocent and cute. I don't know. But it's a lot easier to be like, hey, you're so beautiful. Whereas in English, I feel a little shame around saying that, or is that, too flirty? But in Spanish, no, it's just expressing words. So absolutely. It's a firm yes. I recommend it for everyone in some fashion. And gosh, if you can have a guru or a coach or just a helper.
Anybody by your side, right? If you could have anybody by your side to give you some sort of different perspective, to be able to get outside of your own head sometimes and be able to have that discussion that oftentimes you get in your own head. And I'll say the one thing I would add to the pilgrimage, because you're right, it can come in so many fashions and forms. And I've been lucky enough to travel. And each time I travel to some distant place and do backpacking or hiking with a group or anything, it feels like a pilgrimage in a sense. But the biggest part for me is that connection to nature. It's getting away from Manhattan and, a kind of, man-made sort of stressful environment into something that is truly natural and just being around nothing, like in the Himalayas. I just had epiphany after epiphany that I would never have. As much as I tried in New York, they just came to me. You're up there. You get no cell service, right? You're in these monasteries with Buddhist monks chanting around you. If you don't have epiphanies, I think something's wrong with you almost, It's like, and the intuition just kicks in. You start asking yourself, what should I do? And you get answers.